is Parkinson's Awareness Month, the disease that afflicts nearly 1 million people across the U.S. alone.
Well, the Parkinson's Foundation offers life-changing support for those affected by the disease and their caregivers. Joining us this morning to talk about PD and some of its earliest signs are Dr. Kathleen Blake, who is living with the disease, and Foundation President and CEO John Lair. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, well, John, I want to start with you. Let's talk about Parkinson's disease. Really, what is it? And as we have learned more about this disease in recent years, what are some of the most important things we now know about PD?
Yeah, so we describe Parkinson's as a progressive degenerative neurological disease. It's a disease of the brain. It's also sometimes referred to as a movement disorder because the early signs and symptoms really are related to movement. That might be a resting tremor, difficulty walking, standing, moving from one position to the next. I think the thing to know about Parkinson's is it's primarily diagnosed later in life, in your 60s, 70s, or 80s and beyond. There's only a small percentage of people who have young onset Parkinson's disease. And if you do certain things, you can keep the symptoms at bay, but it is progressive, so it's going to get worse over time. We really recommend people to see their clinician if they see some of these early signs and to get on a good treatment regimen.
Well, and Kathy, to that note, how can somebody go about managing their symptoms? What advice would you give, and what path should they take in managing this the best way?
So once someone is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, they should realize that it is a long-term condition and that in the absence of a cure, the most important treatment is exercise. I think of it as medication because exercise could be whatever you enjoy doing. It might be a stationary bicycle, walking with friends, going to a gym, you name it, so long as you will do it, because that has been proven to slow the progression of the disease. That's what we need until we have a cure. On top of that, there are a number of medications that people can take that can also smooth out their symptoms on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, and we've seen some real advancements in many of those treatments. It's so interesting to hear, though, Kathy, that exercise is still so important. You had a full career as a cardiologist looking at the benefits of exercise in many other ways, and then we see it being so beneficial here. What would your advice be, Kathy, for people who are living with Parkinson's and their care partners?
Well, so in addition to exercise, I think people should realize they are not alone and that we want them to get involved. And not just the person with Parkinson's, but also their care partners. There are support groups that are in many communities across the country. Some of them are online. I also recommend that people get involved in events in their local communities, such as Moving Day, and that they seriously consider becoming involved in research, because it is through the research that we will get to better treatments and we hope to get to a cure.
Mm-hmm. And I know we got to let you go here soon, but with that said, John, what are the resources that are available and where can people learn more?
Yeah, so we have plenty of resources at the Parkinson's Foundation. Go to our website, which is parkinson.org. That's parkinson.org. Or if you want to talk to somebody live, an expert in Parkinson's care, go to our helpline, which is 800-4PD-INFO. That's 800-4PD-INFO.
All right, Kathy, John, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's a really great information during this Awareness Month. And if you'd like to learn more about the Parkinson's Foundation and some of the work they're doing, you can check out this story on KOIN.com.
It is 7:22.